give me a sign and
tell
I
us
would.
if it's too. So first, I want to say hello and thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping your life and coming here. And it is a very, I think, important thing to do. So thank you for that. My name is Einat. Einat Rosen Ohel. I am Alon aunt. Alon is 23 years old. He just turned 23 month and a half now. His birthday was in captivity. Alon is our first grandchild of the family. He's the biggest. Very, very fun boy, smiling, happy, very people person, loves his friends. And I just want to tell you a little bit about him and tell you a little bit about our family, what we know about the 7th of October, and what the family has been doing since then. So you will have a little, you can have a feeling that he's not just a face, he's not just a picture, he's not just a name, and every face that you see here is the same. It's just, one of them, one story, but like you will hear a long story, each one have a whole story, a whole life, dreams and things that they want to do, and Alon is just an example for that. I know it's hard. It's hard for all of us, but I'm coming here, say it like, with a good spirit. When we have faith, we have faith that he will come back and we will succeed bringing him back. And I have faith that our family will stay strong, So I can see already, your face, the ones who struggle more, and everyone struggles, but there are ones that, taking it out and it's all good. I'm trying to hold it so you can hear all the story, So we are a small family from the Galil. We live in Lavon. It's a small village near Carmiel. I don't know if you know it, it's in the north. The whole family means that I live there with my children, my small brother lives there with his family, my big brother, Alon's father, Kobe, and his wife, and their 3 children, Alon, Ronen, and Inbar. Ronen is 20, Inbar is 14 years old, lives there too. And my mother, she is 76 and she lives with us too. So almost all the family is there. Just my sister lives in India for the last 15 years. So all the family, Edith's family lives half an hour from us in the Galil too, and we are connected with them, especially this time more and more, It means that it's not just I'm his aunt and I get to see him once in 3 or 4 months. I got to see him, I think, almost every day, through his life, especially until he got to the army. But it means that if he needs like a ride somewhere, brothers, um, always together, very different in their in their character, but like glued together, love to be together. Um, so Alon, when he was a child, in his first grade and second grade, he was a beautiful child, very smiley, very quiet, and the teachers loved him very, very much because of that, because he was quiet and because he was smiley and very beautiful. But in the end of the second grade, they noticed that he is not learning. He is not doing good, don't know how to read, don't know to do the math, nothing. And they tried to check what is going on. They found out that he has a difficulty with learning, but not the one who are like hyper. Yeah, he's like really calm. And Edith and Kobe was thinking what they can do to help him. Of course, there is like a pill to make the mind, like focus, but they wanted to try other things, and they started to check all kind of things, and one of the things was the piano. They brought him a teacher, and he started to learn how to play on the piano, and he loved it. It was at first start love. He was very good at that from start, and he felt, it's I think like it's his safe place. And for a child to understand that you can be, a little bit weak in something, but strong in another thing, that's a really good thing. It helps for the self-esteem. That's right. And he did good. With the years gone by, he had some help with school and continued and did it his own way. And like I said, he is very, very friendly, and he had lots of friends. And in high school, he decided that he is going to have to do 10 points in music. So it was like his major. He loved it. He enjoyed it very, very much. And he was like taking the two things that he loved the most, his friends and the music together, but keep on doing school, learning and doing all the things that he needed, even though it wasn't easy. And when he got to the 12th grade, like really the last minute, he decided that he's going to do a recital. Recital, you don't have to do recital in 10 points of music in high school. That's like more than high school. So he went to his teacher. She knew him almost 10 years then, and he told her, that's what I want to do. And she got a little heart attack from that, because for recital you need to prepare for 2 years, not for 6 months. 6 months is not enough. And she thought about it, and she said, okay, I know you can do that, but you have to do everything that I say and to do it by my rules if you want my help. So the rules was that he needs to practice every day, 4 hours a day on the piano, and prepare himself, because there is not enough time. There is no 2 years to do that. And the rules was that he is not having late night parties with his friends. He got to be early, back at home, no drinking alcohol. And you can understand, a teenager focus in that, did all that he could to learn and to be better all the time. And 2 days before the big test, I saw him. I got to see him and to talk with him a little bit. And he was very nervous. You could have seen on his body and and it was very stressful. All 6 months into this point, to be prepared. He was really, really stressed. And the day came and he told us that he didn't sleep for a minute, that night. And he did a test. The test is 5 pieces of classic music that he needs to play with no notes and all from his head. And the one who is testing him are known musicians from the country. It's not in school or something like that. So it's a real big thing. So he did that, and he got the score of 100, and that was like crazy. We couldn't believe that because no one gets 100 in the recital. That's really unusual. And I'm always telling that at that day I was shocked, because for me, Aloni loves music. He loves his piano. He loves to play. Every second Friday when we are eating Shabbat dinner together, he's playing on the piano, and then his brother is playing the guitar, and my daughter is singing, and it's all together, and that's how I saw it, like something fun, good for him, very fun. I didn't know that he's like brilliant in that, because that was the moment I understood that this is bigger than just loving to play. So I think not just for me, for more of us in the family, it was like a wake-up call from that. We were very, very proud, very happy for what he accomplished. And after that, he finished school, did good at school, and went to the army. After the army, he just straight away decided that he's going to work at the hotel Six Senses. That's a hotel in South near Eilat, very far from our home. That meant that he's coming back home only, every 5 or 6 weeks. He came for 3 or 4 days because he wanted to get the money. He had a plan to go to his big trip. He wanted to go to Vietnam, Nepal, India, Thailand, and he worked for 8 months. He loved the work, he loved to be there, and they all lived together, all the workers, in the kibbutz in Shacharut, near the hotel, and that was great for him, because he's a people person, to be all the time together and to have fun. Everyone is young, like him, really, really fun time, and we loved the day that he would come back home. He would write in the WhatsApp, we would know that he's coming, or his mom was writing for him, and we just waited for that time. My son was still in the army, so it was very hard to do it, at the same time. When he's coming, he's not coming. He already said, "I'm coming. Try to come at that time," and in the end, he's not coming from the army. It's all the time. It's very hard, but they are keeping their connection, talking on the phone, WhatsApp, all the time. Knows everything about each other, And when he finished the 8 months, straight away he had like 2 weeks at home, and he flew to his big trip. Before he end, he decided that he is going to do the trip alone. He is not going with no friend. He wants to try to do it by himself. For me, it was very strange. I didn't understand that at first, and I asked him, you know, why would we do that? You know, that's such a hard thing to do. That's a big trip. You know, at least 6 months you're planning. You know, and because you love to be with your friends. Why? And he told it to me very nicely. He said, I want to try and see how I will be by myself. I want to decide where to go, when to do that or this, when to stop, and what is right for me, you know, and like be independent and to see how it is for me. Will it be hard? What is hard in that for me? Like to learn and to feel mature, bigger, I don't know, something like that. And I thought that that's a really good answer, you know. And I said, okay, now I understand what you mean, and that's good for you. And that's what he done. He went alone, and there he met a lot of friends, you know, new ones and old ones that he got to meet over there. Had the most beautiful trip. We got lots of pictures, you know, beautiful places, diving and hiking and all the things that you can think. Really, really good time. He, in his trip, in the middle of it, went to India. And like I told you, my sister, the only one who is not living in Lebanon, lives in India. So he went to her. The plan was to be like a week or 10 days in her house, and at the end he was more than 23 days, I think, he'd been there. They had, the two of them, they had the greatest time together. You know, he had like a little quiet time from running around all over, like feel back at your place, like at your house, someone is taking care of you, you can sleep late, and you can do lots of fun things with your aunt, and that's what they done. Her WhatsApp picture today, all this month, is alone, sitting together in the movie theater, you know, like with the couches that have, like, this is the photo, like, it was so fun for them to be together, and for him to get to know her life that is so different from Israel, you know. So really big experience, yes, yeah. And he loved that. And he continued his trip, and in the end of his trip, he got to meet his mother and father and his little sister in Bar. They all came to Thailand, and they had 3 weeks together. And they are saying that they already could see the change in him. You know, like he knows everything. He can, you know, organize everything. They don't need to take care of him. He's like taking care of them, you know, planning and doing everything. It was very a good feeling for his mother. She's telling that it was really, really nice. And we have a picture of them meeting in the airport, you know, after more than 5 months that they didn't saw each other. A picture of him, and they did in a big, big hug, you know. And every time that we are, you know, like thinking the thought of the moment that will come, that he will be back, we can think about this picture, you know. And it's like preparation for the real thing when he will come back now. They had the greatest time. The only one who didn't go to Thailand was Onen, his brother. tell you a little bit about Ronen because it's important for me. Ronen is 20 years old, just turned 20 now. And Ronen got to the army, started his service just 2 months ago, now during this time. But the thing about Ronen that Ronen did Schnatcherut. You heard about Schnatcherut?
Extra year of volunteering or
Before the army, yeah, there are lots of young people who decide to take 1 more year before they're starting the army, before they are going after to the university, 1 more year to give to the community, And Ronen chosen to do that, and there is like a test to get in, and he got to be in Schnatcherut in Berry. You probably heard about Berry, their story. So Ronen been there for a whole year until last August, month and a half before 7th October. He was there for a whole year, just coming every second Friday for a day and a half, Friday and Saturday back home, and during all the year he was living in Berry. He was a structure for children above 30 years old. Loved the time over there because he's playing on the guitar, joined the kibbutz, all of the things that they've done, Kabbalat Shabbat or whatever. He was playing there and really loved the community over there. He had like a family who adopted him from the kibbutz and really, really loved that place. You can probably understand that Ronen now these days have to deal, with all the knowledge and all the people that he knows from Kibbutz Berry that got killed, the people that lost their houses, their houses are burned. 3 of his children that he was their instructor got murdered, and he was in their funerals. He knows everyone, He's been in the Dead Sea with the Berry community, with them as much as he could. And with all of that, he had his brother kidnapped, So if it's hard for us, all the family, for Ronen, I think it's 100 times more, So he's a really good role model, for all of us. And he decided that he's joining the army. He's not postponing that. He's not changing the plan because they could have let him, get out of it or whatever. But with that decision, he is saying a very big thing to all of us. He's saying, I am doing what I need to do for my country, and I expect my country to do what she needs to do for my brother and all the rest of the hostages, And I think that's a very, very good example for what is going here in Israel, because all the people, all the country, all the people are doing their part, the soldiers, the one who volunteers, the one who is volunteering here, the one there, everything, so many people doing so much, trying to help, anything that they can do. But the country, the government needs to do like the people, all that she can do. That's what we expect challenging, it wasn't easy, but it was so much fun together. And at night alone, they made us a poike, on the fire, big pot with meat and like that. And he loved good music, loved good, all kind of music, but he loved good food too. It is very funny with him because he loves like really good food, wine, and at the same time he loves to eat hot dog and hamburger, like friture. That's him. And it's the same with the music. He loves all kind of music, classic music, jazz. He's the piano teacher, so his soul is a jazzist. He loves that, and he loves everything. He whatever in music he loves that, and he can take a song and play more and more and more and take it apart and like do it in all kinds of ways, like in a jazz way or classic or all kinds, and just when he feels like he took it apart all the way and do it again and again, he can go to the next song, and he was like there all the time playing on his body with his hands, moving, like he can hear the music with no piano inside. He lives it all the time. And in Sukkot, when I brought his guitar, and we had such a lovely evening playing and singing and having like a beautiful normal time. No one believed that in 6 days from that will be a whole other story. And in the 6th of October, they went to Edith's family, parents, to eat a dinner for the second holiday, Sukkot. And in the way to their house, in the car, Alon told them very happy that he got tickets to the Nova Festival. He's so happy to go there with his friends. And Ronen said, why didn't you get another one for me? I want to go too, And he said, no, we are 5 and don't have any more, and we are a full car. And in bar, his little sister asked him some questions about it, wanted to know. And he said, we still don't know where it is. We get notice only 2 hours before that's the kind of festival. It's like a surprise.
Get the location only 2 hours before.
Yes. And when they got back and he went to his friends and he got the location, he straight away called Ronen and told him, you'll never believe where the festival is going to be. It's going to be really near Be'eri, and really because Ronen just finished his Shnat Shavut in Be'eri, that's his house, like he belongs there. So Ronen was even more sorry and said, we could have gone together and we could have gone to my friends and sleep there and everything. So that was the last time that Ronen talked to his Alon. The last time until we come back and everything together again. Ronen wishful thinking is that Alon will come back and they will play again together at 2 o'clock in the morning when Alon comes back from his friends and get into Ronen's room and starting to play together and bothering all the house and probably my brother will come to them and say, be quiet, it's the middle of the night, what are you playing now? That was their thing, to play in the middle of the night. That's his wish, They got to the party 14 minutes before the missile attack started, really early in the morning, because this party starting at 12 o'clock at night. short time, fun, and then the missile attack started, and straight away they understood that something big is happening because all of the sky was full, with the missiles, and they could see that this is something they never experienced, something really different. And Alon and Eitan, one of the friends who came before, talked and said each one goes to his own car, one he came with, will be in touch, go, don't wait, just let's run and go away from here. His friends went to the south, to Peramon, because they came from there, their staff was there, so they went back over there. And I think that's what saved them, because it was still quite early and the terrorists didn't got there and not to the south, so they went, just knew about the missiles, knew about the terrorists, but went and got to Peramon and there it was all quiet. So we are very happy that they survived and they are, quite good. It's not an easy experience, but they are alive. Alon and his friends went to the north. They wanted to go back home. And straight away, when he started to go, on the road there was a policeman that stopped them and said, don't go further north because we heard that there is a terrorist and there is something going on over there. Still don't know that there are going to be lots of terrorists. They thought that it's just a little thing that's going on over there. And he told them, go back, find a shelter, wait, and then go back home. And that's what they done. The friend from the south said, I know a shelter, she's from around there, I know a shelter near Reim, it's really taking a picture. You can see everyone is down, and just Itamar, just Amer is standing in the opening, near the opening, waiting and looking for the terrorists. And you can see his bravery, by doing that with nothing to fight with. And then he told them, and they told the people, they would probably try to throw grenades inside. We throw it back. Whoever catch it, help me. I will try to do that. And that's what they've done. We have video from the outside. One of the cars, the camera, started to work, and we have video from that you can see 6 or 7 terrorists standing outside with all the weapons and starting to throw grenades inside. And you can see 7 grenades. They are throwing inside, and they're throwing it back outside, and it's blue outside. Again, 7 times. You can see it in the video. And the 8th time, the 8th grenade is exploding inside the shelter. You'll tell me if it's okay? Yeah? Okay. So, at the 8th time, it's blows inside. Amer got killed straight away, probably because he tried to throw it outside and hold it. Lots of people got killed and lots of people got hurt. And Itamar tells us that when the smoke goes down, 3 terrorists are coming inside with the weapon and trying to find who is alive and who can walk and who is quite okay, and they just pick them, the ones who is in a good shape. They are taking Alon and 3 others. Alon is trying to resist. Itamar knows Alon's voice, so he can hear him and can understand that he is trying to resist. He's asking them, "Don't take me, I don't want to go," he understands what's going on. And he doesn't have any choice, and they hit them, and with the weapons they are taking them by force, and then they are, we got a video 10 days later, and in that video the terrorist is taking it themselves, and they put it on TikTok or whatever, in the media. And in that video you can see that they are taking them on their truck. First we can see Hersh Goldenberg. You probably heard about him. Hersh Goldenberg was a friend of Aner Shapira. They came together from Jerusalem. Hersh is getting up on the truck. He thinks that he lost his hand from the grenade, and he has his T-shirt, on his arm to close the blood. Another 2 more men, young men, Elia Cohen and Or Levy, are going up on the truck. Or Levy is was there with his wife. His wife got killed in the shelter, and he has a son, 2.5 years old, that now lives with his grandfather and grandmother, because he lost his mother and waiting for his father that's still in captivity, Elia Cohen is a young man at 26 years old, and he was there with his girlfriend. She survived, and he was planning to propose to her. She didn't know that at that time, but he already bought the ring and talked with her friends, and they told her later, she's very active. She is doing a lot of things to call for, for freedom for them. Very, very brave girl, young girl. We can see alone on the ground, sitting behind the truck in that video, and we don't see his face because they are taking it from his back, and they are taking him by force, two terrorists, by his hair and hands and legs, and throwing him into the truck, hitting him with the weapon. And we can see that he is moving, he is trying to resist. For us, the family, this video was very, very, very hard to see. We heard some of the story from Itamar. That part we didn't hear because Itamar was inside and didn't saw that. We tried to imagine from what Itamar told us, but then when you see it, with your eyes, it is a very, very hard thing to see. And it is the moment that, for me, it is a very hard moment, but it is a very strong moment, because that's the part that I knew that we have a proof, he's alive. We have something to fight for, We believed that he's alive in the first 10 days from what he said, Itamar, but here is the proof, And from that point, something inside of me changed. And for me, it's like the engine that keeps me going, because he's alive. We can't give up, We don't have any choice, and we will never give up, It's like a part of our family body is missing, and it goes to all of us, like the small children, everyone, of course, his parents, his brother and sister, but all the cousins, and all of us, together. Every day we need to, take the strength and keep on going and keep our head up and keep on doing all the things, because we know that we don't have any other choice, We will never give up. He's alive, and we need to bring him back as soon as we can, because every day is more and more dangerous for his safety and for his life. So there is no, the time is passing by, it's getting harder and harder, you're getting tired more and more because your energy, goes, but every time I get more tired, I'm telling myself, it's much more dangerous now for him, you can't stop, so, okay, it doesn't matter if we are, tired, it doesn't matter. We can't stop all the things. And when I'm saying all the things, I will tell you a little bit of what we are doing. It feels like we've been all over the world, Edith, his mother, she grew up in the States, and she has a great English, and she's been all over. She's been in Japan, and she's been in Geneva, in Berlin, and she went to Serbia because Alon has a Serbian citizenship from her side of family, and her sister being in the United States. My small brother and his wife went to hug yes, and they just, my daughter, she's 17 and a half years old, went with in bar. His little sister is 14 years old, with a group of young people to London, and did a lot of Aspara and talked in the morning show, in TV, whatever she can do. We are going to every Saturday to the Atzeret, of course. We have Atzeret in the north in Friday, every Friday at 1 o'clock. We are going and doing Hasbara like I'm doing here, but all over the country. Even my mother, like I said, 76 years old, doing Hasbara, going wherever anyone willing to hear, and talk with her. Alon's grandfather and grandmother from deep side, doing all that they can, talking to the press. Really, there is not enough, that I can tell you. You can follow our Instagram page. We made it for Alon. It's all done by our family. Nothing is paid off. Nothing. It's all, with our two hands and our strength from inside the family. It is very important for us to be that it will be from us and not some company or something, because this is a long life. This is not someone, not a company, or I don't know how to say it. It's a part of us. It needs to be one of us that do that. And you can see there what we have done all these 6 months. Now at the start I thought about it like it's to bring more people to know his story, to know the story of the kidnapped people and everything. Now more and more I think that when he will come back, this Instagram page will be the journey. It will be like to tell him what we have done, all the things that happened here. It will be much easier with this page, because every day we put what's going on, what we have done, what's more and more and more things, So I think that when he will come back, it will be not easy to understand everything, and that page will be very helpful. I want to tell you a little bit more about the piano, the yellow piano. The yellow piano, yeah, saw that. The piano was one of our good friends of the family idea, and came and suggested that. It was really start after it just started, and we brought a normal piano from wood. Someone donated that, and really soon, like I think 3 or 4 weeks later, the rain came and it got difficult, to put the cover, to take off the cover. We understood that we need to do something else, and then came the concrete piano, and all that, you are not alone, and the yellow pen and everything, that's it is Alon's mother and my cousin together thinking how to do that. It's all from the family, and from that point it started to have like a project with his own life. We have 5 or 6 pianos here in Israel, yellow pianos. We had one in New York for 4 days. We have one in Japan and one in Berlin and Amsterdam. And in Amsterdam, it's really interesting because at start we didn't get the permission to do that and to do the piano, but young people just took like a fabric, yellow fabric, and a picture of Alon and the story, just put it, printed it and went to train station where there is a piano already, a normal piano, just putting the fabric, the yellow fabric, starting to play, putting this page, playing, singing, even for 20 minutes until someone is taking them off, taking pictures, putting it on, the media, and doing it more and more in more places, and really doing it with something that was like a structured thing. And we have in London, in 1 week from now, a yellow piano, and for 2 weeks. In New York will be, I hope, I think that in 2 or 3 weeks will be again. And the reason that we are continuing with the project of the piano is from 2 reasons. One is, to make aware people who doesn't know about the situation, to make them aware through that. And second thing started here, that everyone here in the Kikar comes, very sad, crying, or with their head down, and then some child or someone will sit and start to play, on the piano, and straight away you can see the smiles go up, just like our own smile. And that's our way to give something, to the community, to the people. We want people to smile. We want people to be strong, to hold their head high, like we are doing. We are choosing to do our activities in a positive way. We are doing it all like Edith, his mother, says. We are taking her path because she says we are not controlling anything. We don't know when he ate the last time, when will he come. We don't control nothing about that, but we can control our thoughts and our actions, and that's what we are doing. We are taking care of our family, of our community, and of our people in this country in our way, And like I said in the start, it's very hard. It's I can cry 10 times a day, okay? But I am still keeping my head up and doing good things and smiling and do as much as I can. And from you guys, I am asking just one thing. Please be our messengers, tell the story. A long story, just one story. There is much more, 133 more. Tell the story in your family, with your friends, place of work or whatever. Just, send our work more and more, and help me to do the Asghar, like I'm doing to you. Take it and do more. Follow our page or the Maktel page or any other of the, kidnapped people. You can like or take it, write a post or whatever. Just, give us, your strength from that, and everything, anything that you can think of that you can make aware and help. We would be very, very happy to do that. Okay. Thank you for your time. You can ask me questions.
What's the Instagram account?
What?
What is the Instagram account?
Bring along home. Yeah, I'll tell you
You
about
can
that.
scan it after.
That's a WhatsApp group. Most of it is in Israel, in Hebrew, but there are in English. It's for young people. All kind of things that the Mate is doing. You can send it around. Whoever wants it can join. You can hear from that the things that the Mate is doing for young people, in this subject. So try that.
I guess two questions. One is, has your family received any communication about him after the 10-day period? And then two, what have you noticed about, has the government been in contact with you guys at all about any hope, additional hope that they're doing, right? Any progress?
Okay. So first, we didn't got any of the survivors who came back, the ones who come back. No one was with him or with any of the other 4 people that they went together. No one saw them or been with them. We are not worried about it because we understand from those who came back that they was held like they've been taken, with whom they've been taken, So no one that's been taken with him came back. So that makes sense, Another thing that keeps us, strong, that you can see that the army releases news every time that they know that someone is dead, and we get this week we got 2 notices like that. So every day that passed by, my brother said, "That's a good day. We didn't hear the bad news, so he's alive, and we can, keep on going." So that's one, The second is we got the family community have a soldier from the army. He's an officer from the army that he, from the start is with us. He's the one who tells them or almost every day he's in contact. He is now a part of the family, forever. He's a really, really great man, and he does everything that he can for us. For us, it means that the country, is with us, through him. We do expect the government, we are 63 or 64 members of the government. No one connected us, just a message or to come to visit or something like that. And we have 130 people, so each one needs to have 2 of them. That's not so hard, So I can say that in that way, we don't feel hugged, we expect much more, but that's the situation, and in that I will say more. I said about the Mate, the form of yeah, that's all from the people, from it's everyone is volunteering. It doesn't connect it from the government or something like that. I don't know what we have done without them, I don't know how to explain that, but without them, it would have been much, much, much harder. We get so much help from them. And from them, I mean from, people, That's a big thing. Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that you would like the Israeli government to do? For example, I've heard that some families of hostages have been calling for a ceasefire and a prisoner exchange.
You know what? I am not a politician. I am not a strategic, I'm just an interior designer, an architect, that's what I do in my life. The Hasbara and everything, that's, I'm learning, and I do whatever I need, but for our family thinks that we are giving
all the strength, all the permission to the government to do whatever they think they should do. But we want them to do all that they can, you know. Don't go and be now in vacation for 6 weeks. Don't go, you know, that's not doing all that you can, you know what I mean? In that I can say, yes, I expect them to work.
You know the government is going on break, right? For 6
No.
They just voted 2 days ago that they are going for 6 weeks break, okay? So that's why I'm saying that. Yeah, it's like Pesach and holidays, and usually there is 6 weeks break in this time of year, but we are in a war, you know, so that's not acceptable. I won't say to them, you know, stop fighting or do that or do that, I don't know, but just do, you know. Yeah. Works.
Where do you find the strength from?
You know, Edith and Kobe are very, very strong. They are giving a really good example. And every time I'm getting weaker, I'm saying to myself, you can do that to them. You know, if you will break, you know, they are not breaking. How can you break? So it's like, and then I think it's the same for them. They see that we are all, you know, together and with them, and they are strong for their children and for us. So it's like going all together. When I'm saying strong, it's not means that we are not crying, we don't have hard days. It's all, you know, but we are helping each other, and we are in a lot of doing. The doing help us to survive. You know, 1 or 2 days a week, I'm leaving my house, stopping working, coming here. It's far from my house, and doing that. A week that I won't do that is a really bad week for me. I can't, you know, keep my head up if I'm not doing something, you know. So the doing is really helpful. So if you are down, just get up and do something. That's quite helpful from my experience. So, yeah.
I wanna, before I say thank you, to say that we have, I think, at least I'm gonna speak for myself, but I think a lot of people will agree with me. We came to here and we got strength from you.
Thank you.
And this is a great reminder that this is not a memorial, but a place of
That's
fighting
right.
to bring
I
everybody back. So thank you. It's not easy to tell the story again and again, and what you did is very important. So
I will tell you that he did chosen the next day, at the 8th of October, to put a big sign on the door, and you know, all the people from our neighborhood, from our village came and everything, and it was like a funeral, you know. And she told me, go and write a big poster on the door and say, whoever gets into this house is invited only with a big smile and, you know, a good spirit. And it is on the door, still on the door. You know, we did a new one, a beautiful one, you know, more pretty, but that's on the door. And you know, there is music in the house. We keep on eating together, keep on doing things together. Oh, I remembered about Pesach. Yeah, thank you. He did ask me to say to every group just yesterday that on Pesach, that's a really hard holiday for us because that's the freedom, you know, holiday. And we still don't know how we will do that evening, but we are asking for all, you know, all of you guys, when you will sit in your dining room, eating in your, you know, Pesach table, please put an empty chair next to you. You can put a photo of Alon or any other of the kingdom, and just remember, not everyone has their freedom that day. You know, I hope that until that day we'll get some good news and we will have a big celebration, you know, and it will be all different. But if not, please do that. Please take a picture, send it to our Instagram or to the Mate page or whatever, and we'll put it because that's a really strong statement, you know, for us that you are all with us. It will be very helpful in that hard day. You know.